Hey guys, it's Selena, and today I'm in the environmental lab, and I'm going to be telling you about how to use and a few tips on how to use the hot plate stirrer. So the hot plate stirrer is just what it sounds like. It's a hot plate that also can work as a stirrer. So let me just show you a few of the little knobs and things of what everything means. It's pretty simple, but just for those who need a little bit extra knowledge. So here's the hot plate stirrer. I'm holding it up right now. As you can see, it's pretty dirty, but it's okay. So to turn it in, you just plug in the outlet, which I already have done, and then you want to turn the knobs depending on what you want. So right now I'm turning the stir knob, and I can already feel it vibrating beneath my hands of the magnet inside stirring it. Actually, you can probably see it right there, right in the video. Cool. Okay. So it does stir, but to have it stir, you need to use a little magnetic little stirrer. I don't have one with me right now, but it's a little white one, and if you ask someone in the lab, they can probably get you one. So you just turn it up to whatever stir speed you want, and then if you don't want to stir, then just turn it off and the light will go off. So heat is this knob, and you just turn it up to whatever heat you want, and it will show you the heat here. And then again, the green light pops up when it is heating. And then if the hot plate is hot, there is a little light, it's orange, it's gonna be right there, that pops up when the plate is hot, hot to the touch for your safety. And then this button just shows you the previous heat that the hot plate was on, and then you just let go. So that's basically it, and you can hot plate, you can heat it and stir it at the same time. This is really helpful for things like agar, nutrient broth, when you're trying to make little solutions and things. So now it's here. Okay. So when you're not using this, you want to make sure that you turn the knobs all the way off, because when I actually turned it on just now, the stirrer was still on. So, I mean, that's not a big deal that the stirrer is on, but just make sure to just turn it off when you're done. And also to avoid electrical shock and everything, also unplug it from the outlet. So you want to make sure to keep the hot plate away from explosive vapors, papers, drapery, and other flammable materials. This is for obvious reasons and concern for fire. So just make sure you're safe, and check your surroundings before turning it on. And don't leave it without any supervision. So you want to keep the power cord away from the hot plate. I've seen this many times where you don't even notice, and then you accidentally melt the power cord, and then it kind of ruins it, and then that was a waste. Also, there's there's a fire hazard there, and safety hazard. So you want to make sure that your wire is not on the hot plate. So when you see that your ceramic top is damaged or cracked, you can't just leave it there and hope for the best. You have to take it off immediately. You can't, if it's a little crack, you can't just be like, oh, it's fine. No, you have to replace it immediately. Just contact your teacher. Maybe they have a plate somewhere already, a replaceable one, and if they don't, just let them know so they can order a new one to replace the damaged one. So when heating in a metal container on this ceramic top, it's recommended to use the lowest temperature setting possible to limit thermal stress on the ceramic top to keep it from breaking. So make sure you use the lowest possible temperature setting for metal containers. On the other hand, in a glass container, you have to anticipate overshoot. So basically, you just want to start with your setting 5 to 10 Celsius, degrees Celsius below your desired temperature. And then when your temperature stabilizes at the lower setting, you have to turn up the heat to the final temperature. And this actually reduces overshoot by about a degree Celsius, which is pretty good. Some don'ts on the hot plate. You don't want to lift the hot plate by the top plate, by the ceramic plate, because those are hot, and it might be off it might be unplugged, and you might not, and because it's unplugged, you won't see the orange lighting, but you know, it could still be hot from previous users. So just make sure that you don't touch it by the hot plate. If anything, if you want to check the temperature, just hold your hand over it like that to sense if there's any heat. There actually is some heat coming off of this right now. Okay, so you don't want to put the hot plate into water to clean it, because if it's hot and the water is cold, the ceramic plate can shatter and damage it. So make sure that you don't do that. Also, of course, don't touch the heated surface. That's an obvious one. You don't want to burn yourself. And then do not use the hot plate when it shows sign of electrical damage or mechanical damage. That just means exposed wiring. If you see it melted or something, don't use it. Don't even try. And that's basically it. It's pretty simple. Just kind of follow basic instructions and be mindful of your surroundings and safety. Thank you. Oh, and if you have any further instructions or want to see a more detailed description of this, you can check our website. We'll be posting all the videos, all the instructions on our website. Thanks for watching.